sports. It's what brings people together despite the ups and downs of life. Through the trials and tribulations, sports is the true common denominator for our society, regardless of race, religion, background, or gender. Today, sports impacts the lives of many, many people. It builds character and strengthens the concept of teamwork. So yeah, sports are just technically a game, but for many, it brings different parties together. However, it wasn't always like this.
In 1972, Title IX was proposed as part of the Education Act. It stated that no person in the United States shall, on the basis of sex, be excluded from participation in, be denied the benefits of, or be subject to discrimination under any education program or activity receiving federal financial assistance.
Ozzie Newsome of the Baltimore Ravens became the first black general manager in 2002. After a highly successful playing career, Newsome took his skills to the front office. In 2012, Newsome constructed a Super Bowl winning roster as the Ravens won Super Bowl 47 over the San Francisco 49ers. Despite being a Hall of Fame tight end, it took Newsome 11 years to transition into a general manager.
In the mid-60s, Jane Chastain was the first woman to work for a large network, being CBS, and thought to be the first woman to do a play-by-play. A woman named Jeannie Morris, however, was assigned in the early 70s to cover the Minnesota Vikings versus the Chicago Bears at the Metropolitan Stadium in Minnesota. However, she was not permitted to work in the press box because she was a woman. Thus, she reported the game in a blizzard. Leandra Riley, the first woman to do a play-by-play for the NBA, stated that the networks used to pick women for their looks, but now they require more qualifications. Some may still hire women just because she is a woman, and the network needs the minority in the field. When we looked up first women sports reporters, the first link to pop up was titled Hottest Sports Reporters. In 1976, Leslie Visser became the first female NFL beat writer. She said, "When women sportscasters are given greater responsibility and prove that they can manage them, they build good reputation as sportscasters." With all these women leading the way for equality in sportscasting, it was not until 2016 when Catherine Smith became the first woman assistant coach in the NFL. Though many steps have been taken towards equality in sports and sports media coverage, many of the ideas and stereotypes that created problems for people like this still exist and continue to aid oppression today. The study, You Throw Like a Girl, done by psychologists Kimberly Hively and Amani El Alili, they explore the idea of stereotype threat. This is defined as when people perform a task at a lower level because of the negative stereotype posed about a particular group's performance. In this study, female and male college tennis and basketball players performed two tasks, one being far more difficult than the other. The participants were told that on the easier task there was a gender difference, but there wasn't one on the harder task. The results showed that the females performed far worse when gender stereotype threat was involved, and that almost all of them performed at the same level as the males on the harder task when there was no stereotype threat.
I spoke with one of my friends from high school, Sean Texter, on his experience playing volleyball and being one of the only black guys on the court. How did you start playing volleyball?
I just decided to try it in middle school, just because I was curious, and I ended up liking it.
And you got good at it, right?
Yeah, eventually, probably early to high school to sophomore year.
As far as like race goes, you being black, did like a lot of people expect you to play basketball and football? Like when someone
Yeah.
asked you like what sports you play and you told them volleyball, like what was their reaction?
Well, for one, I'm somewhat short compared to normal volleyball players. I mean, I'm only 5'11". Most people just assumed because of my size that I played football, which I did, and then most people thought I probably played basketball too, which I did, but not in high school. Um, I mostly just played football and volleyball, but people assumed I played football and basketball.
And did that deter you at all from playing volleyball? Did it stop you or anything?
No, if anything, it drew more attention to me because in volleyball, there's a lot more white kids than any other sport that I've played. So,
What was that like?
I didn't really care. I mean, most people from like mostly white high schools, I would say,
Yeah.
were kind of surprised. But
Yeah.
my school, we were super diverse, so yeah, nobody really cared. Like I said, it draws more attention because I'm not tall and white, but it's mostly white kids, so I mean, it was probably a little different.
Though huge strides and advancements have been taken to eliminate inequalities in sports, there is still a long way to go, including the elimination of stereotypes and learning from the people who have paved the way to where we are now.